Breaking news tonight. Like, what if I told you that the world's gone just a little crazier, or sandwiches turn into weapons, whales need relationship counseling, and tacos fall straight from the sky? Welcome to Global Insight News, where nothing is ordinary and every headline is a plot twist you didn't see coming. Good evening, and get ready, because tonight's story is packed with twists, turns, and just the right amount of sarcasm to keep you glued to the screen. Imagine this: a man in Washington, D.C., accused of throwing a sandwich at a federal officer. Yes, you heard that right, not a grenade, not a rock, but a sandwich. And guess what? The case got dismissed. Why? Because someone literally ate the evidence. Justice was served, and apparently, so was lunch. Moving on, the Trump administration has announced that up to 600,000 Chinese college students will be allowed into the U.S. over the next 2 years. Experts are joking that America's average GPA might rise, but so could car insurance premiums. Of course, at Global Insight News, we love our Chinese friends and their academic brilliance, but hey, maybe we should keep an eye on those parking lots. Meanwhile, Cracker Barrel has quietly removed its Pride page after facing heavy backlash online. Instead of making a statement, they simply redirected the page to something completely unexpected. Now, if you try to visit it, you'll find yourself looking at the nearest Hooters location. Bold marketing or accidental chaos? You decide. Over in DC, the mayor proudly announced that carjackings have dropped by an astonishing 87% since the government's tough new crackdown on crime. While that's good news for everyone's safety, former President Trump is now jokingly worried this might cost him the carjacker vote. Only in politics can reducing crime somehow feel like a controversial move. In France, at an aquatic zoo, trainers faced a rather bizarre challenge. They had to step in to stop a whale from trying to mate with its own mother. To prevent things from getting, let's just say, awkward, the trainers had to intervene manually. It sounds absurd, but hey, someone had to do it. Now that's what you call a whale of a job. In another development, a popular Mexican restaurant chain has launched a new food delivery service using drones. That's right, your tacos might soon land right in your backyard from the sky. Technology is amazing, isn't it? Just imagine explaining to your dog why a flying robot just dropped a burrito on the porch. Meanwhile, Amtrak has unveiled a brand new high-speed train capable of hitting over 160 miles per hour. That means shorter travel times for passengers and perhaps a slightly quicker commute for President Biden to his new office. Now, let's talk about an unusual lawsuit out of the University of Wyoming. A former sorority member sued her organization for admitting a transgender woman into the group, arguing it violated the original purpose of sororities when they were created as safe spaces for women. But here's the twist: the judge dismissed the lawsuit. This has reignited a nationwide debate about traditions versus change, and whether some long-standing practices should adapt or hold their ground. And that's really the theme of tonight's story: a clash between preserving traditions and embracing change. From Cracker Barrel's identity crisis to football cheerleading squads adding male performers, and even magazines like Sports Illustrated featuring unexpected cover stars, the cultural shifts are happening fast, sometimes faster than many expected. Think about it: when Budweiser launched in 1876, do you think its founders ever imagined the spokesperson for their iconic beer brand would become a major topic in America's culture wars? Or that Victoria's Secret models could someday be fired not for underperformance but for being, well, too traditionally pretty? We've truly entered a new era where definitions, roles, and expectations are constantly shifting. For some, these changes represent progress, a world more inclusive, diverse, and open-minded. For others, it feels like a slippery slope where cherished values and long-held norms are being eroded under the banner of modernization. Take universities, for example. Once bastions of free thought and debate, some argue they're now leaning more toward ideological conformity, replacing open dialogue with rigid narratives. Even in sports, debates rage on. For decades, there were clear distinctions between male and female competitions. Now, with evolving definitions of gender, records are being rewritten, and locker room policies are under intense scrutiny. Supporters call it fairness and inclusion, critics see it as undermining the integrity of competition. And let's not forget entertainment. From fashion magazines to swimsuit covers, from TV shows to music awards, nearly every industry is confronting new expectations from audiences, corporations, and social movements. Some embrace the changes wholeheartedly, others push back, arguing that not every tradition should be rewritten overnight. But here's the heart of the issue: how do we balance honoring traditions with adapting to the realities of a rapidly changing world? Is it possible to protect what we value most while making room for new perspectives and voices? That's the question shaping so many of these debates, from the boardrooms of Fortune 500 companies to dinner tables across America. And if all of this feels overwhelming, you're not alone. Millions of Americans are trying to make sense of these rapid cultural shifts while still holding on to their personal beliefs and family traditions. It's not about choosing one side or the other, it's about navigating the tension between preserving identity and embracing progress. At the end of the day, these discussions are shaping the future of our communities, our politics, and even our everyday lives. From fast food branding battles to high-speed trains, from drone-delivered burritos to university lawsuits, the landscape is evolving right before our eyes. So, what do you think? Are we witnessing necessary progress, or are we losing too much of what makes traditions valuable? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Global Insight News for more stories that dive deep into the issues shaping our world today.